A station you can do with Gym Frog or School Age is front support with toes on box. So having them start in a good front support with their shoulders pushed up, and then moving across the box. Having their other athlete waiting until they're done and out of the way. The next station for Gym Frogs and School Age is log roll between boxes, making sure that their hips are in the space. If you didn't do log rolls with your kids last week, you might want to do them in warm-up just so that they have the correct shape. And again, making sure that they're waiting their turn, only going one at a time on the equipment. Next is going to be our falling backwards, so having the kids start in a crouch or a little squat, then falling backwards with their thumb towards their bum, and having your other athlete wait on the purple dot. You could get your kids to take 1 or 2 turns, and then switching. As they get braver, or if they're in School Age, they could do it from more of a standing, and then fall backwards. So the cheese mat's going to be different for Gym Frog and School Age. Gym Frogs are going to be practicing their prone fall, so having hands out in front, bending the elbows, and making sure your kids are turning their heads so that they don't bonk their nose. Then after they've taken their turn, one at a time and switched, our School Age kids are going to be practicing their bridges. If they've never really done a bridge before, you might want to put something under their back to support them. But making sure that their hands are pointing the right way and that they're pushing up fully and not resting on their head. On P-bars, we're going to be doing in curve out curve or banana Superman. So your kids will be standing, and then you can just have them practice hitting those shapes. They don't have to do it quite that fast, but making sure that they're really thinking about where their shoulders go, where their hips go, and squeezing their tummies. Only one kid will be on the bar at a time. Your other will be waiting on the waiting dot, and then they'll get their turn. So for the single bar, we're doing front support. If you're coaching School Age, you're going to encourage them to be practicing pushing up, trying to get their thighs as high as they can on the bar. And if you're coaching Gym Frog, you'll probably have them starting on the box and then just jumping up to front support. You're going to be wanting to make sure that their arms are straight and that they're keeping their chest and their shoulders up. So have your kid take a few turns and then switch with the one that's waiting on the waiting dot. Again, only one child should be on the bars at a time. On the uneven bars, we'll be doing shape holds. So you can start in tuck, pike, straddle, star. Again, you might need to prompt your kid with all of the different shapes that they should try. Give them a few turns, and then your other one will be waiting on the waiting dot. When they're done, then you switch and start again. So your fourth station is going to be a pike hold or a tuck hold. So just having your kids take a few tries and then switching with the one who's on the waiting dot. For fast track, we're going to be playing the egg shaker game. So just really practicing that motorcycle stop. So you will have 1, 2, 3 spots for kids. So 3 at a time. As a coach, you'll hold the egg shaker and shake it. When you're shaking it, the kids will be jumping, and when you stop, they'll land a motorcycle. You can also practice this game on the floor before you even start, and that's a chance where all of them can play at one time. So again, for beam, we're going to just be doing some more basics. So have your kids practice their walks or their jumps or hops. So you can start with a basic walk. Each child will only use one color of the yoga mat. So we're not using the whole beam, and they're not walking from beam to beam. They each get their own spot. So you could do things like high knees. You could do skips. You could do hops, or you could do any of your animal walks that you'd like. So your Gym Frog 1-2 bars this week, you're going to come use these little bars. You're going to have to set them up. So just pull them out from the play structure. Make sure there's still space in between. And then you're going to have to set up the dots where the other kids will wait. So reminding your kids that only one at a time on each bar. The first bar is just going to be front support. There will be a weight on that one, but remind your kids that the bars can tip, so they need to be focused on just pushing up. Well, okay, then the next one is so with your second athlete waiting on the dot, your first one is going to come and they're just going to do a hang. So whether they do a pike hang or a tuck hang, get them to practice their shapes. Straddle. And then moving over to the third bar, one athlete at a time, the other one can wait on the star. This one is going to be a swing. This is probably the bar where you're going to want to stand beside it. So really encourage your kids to just do little swings. They can be in a shape if they want, or just straight.